Hey guys, how's it going? This is the free voice. Now, I was trying to do a certain thing before, and I just want to be chill. I don't want to try to be something I'm not, so I'm going to, kind of slow down with the mixing the game with the poetry thing. I hope you guys do like poetry. Everybody's telling me I can't do this, so why not show 'em? Why not show 'em? This is something that's has been really on my mind. It is something that has to do with ADHD. See, I was diagnosed with ADHD, a whole mess about it in school, and it was the school. If I didn't go to the doctor, and my mom, or this is what she told me, my adopted mother, she told me that they were going to get Department of Human Services, DHS, involved, and they started medicating me, and I didn't like the medicine at all. It made me feel weird. It made me feel like myself, and if I'm not showing it in the camera, I'm usually moving around and moving my feet, So without further ado, this has no title. This just has to do with ADHD and the way it contained me and how I felt on it. I'll try to explain it afterward. So I'll say it and then I'll break it down and kind of explain it so that I'm not just saying something that doesn't make any sense to somebody. So stick around, please. Don't mind that. I'm There was a chest swole with apathy, smiles and laughs, then scorn and hatred. What was controlled by age is now still controlled by age. Within, the rage boiled, released after hours and hours of containment. Containment, the end result forced by demons. A stumbling block one day, and the next, they're laid, foaming at the mouth. Internal bleeding. That is the analogy used to describe it. Is not, what's seen is not true, a truth, but fake. A sunken place. The thorns are now my resting place. My view is now a snow-filled screen. At least they smile, right? The sacrifice of my happiness, my soul. Each tooth dripped with blood while they hand me flowers. Smiling, on closer inspection, mine. My blood. The essence of me silenced by hands minced with garlic. Step by step I followed. From the beginning, it was planned. Wolves have an instinct for blood. So there was a chest swole with apathy at the beginning of the poem. We're at the beginning. Chest swole with apathy. Me. We associate chest with love and a good heart. So there's a chest swole with apathy. I was swole with apathy. In my earlier years of my life, I was really happy. Really happy, really outgoing, and willing to help everybody. Smiles and laughs. Everybody saw the moving around, and they saw it as a byproduct of age, and I would grow out of it. And I guess when I didn't stop moving around and didn't have like a motor going off inside my brain, they turned to scorn and hatred. So that's why the line is smiles and laughs and scorn and hatred. What was controlled by age is now still controlled by age. So what was controlled by age, just like I just described, everybody thought that it was just the younger year, and then it's now still controlled by age. They're still telling me that I'm acting younger, even though, they use the younger self to put a stamp on why I move around. And I like to move around. It's just what it is. I'm taking in a lot of information. It's a crazy life, my man. So within, the rage boiled, released after hours of containment. So if you ever talk to somebody who has ADHD, and let's say after a while they'll get a little bit moody, that's because it's starting to go off. And I associate it with being trapped inside the poem. So, within the rage boiled, like it's boiling, then bam. There are little intervals while the medicine's in effect where you come out and you're angry. And there's a very good reason why you're angry. I mean, wouldn't you be angry if somebody took your stuff, took yourself away from you, yourself? Within the rage boiled, released after hours of containment. So after all those hours, just sitting there, in a box. The box being your body. You were finally released back into control. It's some powerful drugs, man. Containment, the end result forced by demons. That was the result forced by the people. I'm not saying they are demons. I'm just saying that what they encompassed in my mind at the time were demons. I mean, they were hurting. They were hurting me. It felt like there was no way out of it. It felt like the government had something to do with it. Forced by demons. Containment of me, my creative freedom, who I was, and nobody wanted to sit down and talk to me. A stumbling block one day, and the next they are laid with a froth-filled mouth. So a stumbling block one day, that it refers to the demons being the stumbling block. Stumbling blocks are meant to be overcome, stepped over. And the next, they're laid with a froth-filled mouth. They are, who's they? The people who have been given the medicine. So after the stumbling block, there comes the medicine, and we're laid with a froth-filled mouth. And a lot of people associate those type of drugs equivalent to like meth. I wouldn't say it's equivalent to meth, but it's up there. It's very strong. College kids use it to stay focused, and it makes them all. I just dropped my paper. It makes them all, all energetic to get their stuff done, but it traps us, slows us down. I mean, it's doing its job, and a lot of people have good results, I guess. But what I was feeling, my stomach was hurting. I wasn't eating right. I felt really moody, and I wasn't liking it at all. And the next, they're laid with a froth-filled mouth, and it just associates that with being put on drugs. Internal bleeding is the analogy. Internal bleeding. So you're inside hurting. You're trapped inside hurting. On the outside, everybody sees you are okay. It's just that guy, it's him or her. They're okay. But inside, you're hurting, and you're really wanting to just be yourself, and really, you're just done with everything. You're done with school. You're done with everybody telling you that you have something wrong with you and you feel okay, and nobody wants to sit down and talk to you. That's like the worst feeling in the world. What's seen is not true, a truth, but fake. So what's seen is not true. What you see is me being okay, but it's not true. I mean, it's a truth, but it's fake. See, it feels like the real you is trapped, like in the back of your mind. You're like a robot, going with the step, going with the motions. So, maybe that's just me. A sunken place. The thorns are now my resting place. My view is a snow-filled screen. So that just still applies to the, I'm just trapped here, and my view is still a snow-filled screen. I'm seeing through some kind of film. It's like I'm not seeing the way I should be. You mean with these eyes or with that eye? At least they smile. The sacrifice of my happiness, my soul. Each tooth dripped with blood while they hand me flowers. At least they smile. You guys can already guess what that means. At least everybody's happy. At least everybody's happy. While I'm sitting here hurting, I can't voice it because they'll tell me it's for my own good. But at least everybody's happy. At least everybody's happy. The sacrifice of my happiness, my soul. Each tooth dripped with blood while they hand me flowers. So whether they know it or not, they're handing me flowers, but it's at my own detriment, at my own death. Each tooth dripped with blood. But the sad thing is, I see results with the medicine, regardless of all this. But it just doesn't feel right. It's hard to put my finger on it, and I don't think labeling somebody's ADHD is okay. We just process things a lot different, faster. Faster even, I can say that. I mean, somebody can... It's just taking in different amounts of information. Everything is going on at once, and your mind's all over the place. You just can't get rid of it. But I don't think ADHD is real in that way. I think it's something that was contrived, something that was conceived to bring forth money. And they profit a lot off the medicine. On closer inspection, and they feed... and there's just blood, whether they know it or not. On closer inspection, mine. It's my blood. It's my blood on their teeth. The essence of me, silenced by hands minced with garlic. Now, I'm already there, I might as well say it. There's a family member of mine who was a really big advocate of this medicine. Loved to eat onions, and I just used garlic to be indirect about it, but this is talking about this person. And hands minced with garlic can also be, is also another thing for, you know, those demons who have those nasty, stinky hands just pushing that thing that just made me feel so depressed, really, and I was so stressed out and my hair was falling out. It was falling out. Step by step, I followed from the beginning. From the beginning, it was planned. Wolves have an instinct for blood. Why didn't I see it coming? Wolves have an instinct for blood. We all know the world is not a safe place. The world is not a happy-go-lucky place, and wolves have a tendency to attack when they see blood, and they taste it. They see that, what they call a weakness, the lunge at you. So if anybody's out there who does have ADHD or any type of, you know, ADD or whatever, it doesn't have to be any of the ADD, ADHD, anything. Stay strong and just keep pushing through it. Because if nobody else believes in you, just know that you have a community of people that do believe in you. So that's all I got. It took up a lot of time. I don't want to take up any more time. I'll cut this out so it won't be so long. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys again. Hopefully I'll keep making more videos, because whenever I do make videos, I feel so fulfilled when I'm able to speak. It's such a good feeling to be able to speak. So thank you very much. I'll see you guys later.